would appear before the House Intelligence Committee tomorrow in a closed-door session. But apparently that's not going to happen. Joining us from Washington, Congressman Devin Nunes, chairman of that committee. So why are the guys not showing up?
Well, look, we hope that they'll show up in the future. We don't know why exactly that they didn't want to show up today, but clearly last week there were over 100 questions that they couldn't answer in an open setting. So we wanted to have them back in a classified setting, just to set the foundation for this investigation.
Don't they have to give you a reason why they're standing you up?
They should. You would think that they should. I will say, Bill, that the NSA is cooperating with getting us information in a timely manner as it relates to American citizens who were picked up and unmasked in any type of surveillance. So
but the FBI is not giving you anything. But I'm curious about this. So you invite them to did they say they'd show up? Did they say, yeah, okay, and then they backed out, or did they not commit?
I think the mistake that we made was, we know that their schedules were clear because we worked with their staff, but I think the mistake was made. We probably should have asked in open setting in front of the public last week just to confirm that they would come forward and help us. So
they're being a little Weasley, it looks like to me. I mean, with all due respect to their position. All right, now, a lot of people feel that the House Intelligence Committee is an oxymoron after the vote on health care. It's a little jest. But what exactly are you guys investigating? I need to know from the chairman, what exactly are you investigating?
So we have long had an investigation going on in Russia. In fact, a year ago, I said that the biggest intelligence failure since 9/11 was our failure to understand Putin's plans and intentions. If you look at what happened after that, we're now looking at the analytical integrity. Did the IC, the intelligence community, have the right assessment? We're also looking at, what was the level of Russian involvement? These are all questions that we're very, very interested in.
So the Russians you're investigating, and then I assume you're investigating the surveillance and the leaks, right? Is that right?
Yeah, so we're also investigating leaks as it relates to Russia. Now, as you know, just recently last week I found out that there was additional information that came forward to me that had nothing to do with Russia, but has everything to do with whether or not Americans were masked properly or, in fact, unmasked. And I'm very concerned about that.
By surveillance, and Trump people were involved. But here's what happened, in my opinion. You went to the White House to look at these documents, at least on White House grounds, all right? And then all the people who don't like you and the conspiracy people say, oh, Trump gave it to him because he went to the White House to look at it. And the optics, as they say, were not good. Is that accurate?
Yeah, so look, we go to the executive branch at least once or twice a week. This is not unusual because there are intelligence products that we don't have access to in the House of Representatives, but we do have the clearances to see them. So we've known about this long before Trump actually sent his famous tweet out about the wiretapping at Trump Tower. We've known that there was additional unmasking of Americans' names. We had sources that had provided us that information. And so what I had to do is I needed a place that I could actually go and find this information and review it.
And see it.
And so we just facilitated it.
So you went to the old executive office building. My guess, I know you're not saying, my guess, okay, and you looked at it, but they didn't give it to you. You just saw it. And then you went over to the president and told him what you saw.
Yeah, the next day. So there was no sneaking around. I walked onto the ground, said hi to people. Did not go to the West Wing, did not talk to the president. And then what I reviewed, and when I found out that it had nothing to do with Russia, okay, that's the key here, is that nothing to do with Russia.
It's another surveillance deal that we the people need to know about. Now, final question is this. Most Americans think you guys in Congress are a bunch of hooey right now. The IRS investigation, where did that go? Nowhere. All right, did we ever find out who did it, who ordered that? No, we did not. Why should anybody have any confidence in your committee when two guys you wanted to hear in a classified situation didn't even show up? That's disrespectful. Why should we have any confidence that you're going to get anywhere?
Well, look, this is always the challenge with the legislative branch of government, because we can provide oversight, we can investigate, but at the end of the day, we can't go and arrest someone.
But you can issue a subpoena.
We can subpoena, but at the end of the day, we don't have the power to bring justice. We can only make a recommendation to the Department of Justice.
Yes, you can expose.
We can expose.
You can't arrest. Finally,
and I think we're doing a good job of exposing.
Well, I hope so, but I still don't know who was surveilled and why. I got one more. Adam Schiff, the ranking Democrat on the Intelligence Committee, he's not your friend. You know that, right? He's not your pal.
Well, look,
He wants you out.
I try to say nice things about people. I know sometimes I say things that I probably shouldn't, but the reality is that I'm not going to disparage anyone. I'm going to continue to work with people.
And you're not going to quit. So he wants you to quit the investigation. You're not going to do that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that the Democrats do want me to quit because they know that I'm quite effective at getting to the bottom.
All right, well, let's hope so, Congressman. Keep us posted, would you? We really appreciate you coming on. It's important stuff that you're doing, and we really want to know about it.
I really appreciate it, Bill. Thank you.
Okay. When we come right back, a CBS Sunday morning shootout between Sean Hannity and Ted Koppel. Interesting situation. Britt Hume will weigh in next.